This is the newsroom.
This is the newsroom for Wednesday, July 1, 2026. We're broadcasting to you on E1, SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, 6 new judges sworn in, saw turned for new $421 million annex at St. Joseph's High. The Attorney General urges citizens to make submissions as the Constitution reform process moves ahead. And in sport, registration still open for One Guyana T10 and global stars set to feature in exhibition match at Anna Regina. With the news, I am Lizzie Yearwood. Thanks for joining us. 6 new judges were sworn in on Wednesday, a move expected to boost Guyana's legal system and improve access to justice. The judges sworn in are Mrs. Suwana Lovell, Miss Mandisa Breedy, Mrs. Christelle Lambert Meertens, Miss Renita Camille Singh, Mr. Sunil Skars, and Miss Azina Baksh. Their oath of office for appointment as puisne judges was taken before President Dr. Irfan Ali on Wednesday afternoon.
Courts around the world, as in Guyana, are burdened with significant backlogs. We have had tremendous improvements. At the same time, the public is wary of delays. Litigants are frustrated by years of waiting, and the credibility of the justice system is strained by the perception that justice is available only to those who can afford to wait. This is not a criticism of the judiciary, but recognition of the challenges that have accumulated over time. The addition of 6 new judges is a direct response to these challenges. However, the mere pressure of additional judicial officers, the mere presence of additional judicial officers does not by itself cure the ailment. It is what you do with the time and resources available to you that will determine whether this moment becomes a turning point. I need not remind anyone here that the right to a fair hearing includes the right to a hearing within a reasonable time. Undue delays in the disposition of proceedings can itself constitute a denial of justice. I therefore encourage you to approach your docket with a sense of urgency. The backlog will not vanish overnight, but every case you dispose of is a citizen who receives closure. Every judgment you deliver promptly restores confidence in the system. The public deserves satisfaction that their cause has been heard and their case has been determined in a timely manner.
A new annex with wheelchair access, additional classrooms, and improved laboratories will be built at St. Joseph's High School, Wolford Avenue, Georgetown. The $421 million annex, funded by the World Bank and supported by the Ministry of Education, is part of a wider push to ease overcrowding and expand secondary education access, while also catering to students and teachers with disabilities. I was in attendance at the saw turning earlier on Wednesday when I filed this report. Guyana and the World Bank have broken ground on the new annex here at St. Joseph High School, a project set to bring modern, wheelchair-accessible classrooms to hundreds of students. The 2-story building will add 10 classrooms, along with new spaces for physics, biology, agriculture, the arts, and counseling, and is expected to be completed within 10 months.
Today is very important for us. It is a day that we have been waiting for quite a long time. It is not only turning, but it is a renewed investment in our students, in our dreams, in our aspiration.
That was the school's principal, TARZEE Ragbanzi, who said the project, first conceived in discussions with then Education Minister Priya Manikchan and then Principal Nitram Ragbanzi, addresses the cramped classrooms and a lack of dedicated space for practical subjects. 2 wheelchair-using grade 7 students at the school will be among the first to benefit from the new 22,360 square feet annex. It will accommodate 250 additional students, complementing the more than 500 currently enrolled. Ragbanzi said the facility is being built with inclusivity at its core, incorporating wheelchair accessible infrastructure for the 2 students currently enrolled in grade 7, as well as for future students and staff. First Lady Mrs. Arya Ali, herself a St. Joseph alumna, says the roughly $421 million investment reflects government's commitment to equal access to quality education.
This investment also represents strength in partnership. This collaboration with key stakeholders such as the World Bank, the school board, the Parent-Teacher Association demonstrates the government's unwavering commitment to investing in the limitless potential of our youth.
The First Lady also said that the space for counseling and a sick bay spark confidence in the school's ability to provide support for students' development in every area. Education Minister Sonia Parag urged students to see the construction as an investment in their futures, encouraging them to pursue careers as engineers, agricultural scientists, and chemical engineers who could support the country's oil sector.
This that we're building here is to ensure that you build your leadership skills, that you build all the skills that you need to go out into this world and make a better place for yourself.
This thought turning marks a significant milestone for the nation's education sector. Reporting from the St. Joseph's High School, I am Luzina Yearwood. Education Minister Sonia Parag has said that the preliminary results from the country's first ever literacy assessment for grades 2 and 4 are showing better than expected outcomes. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of an event on Wednesday, the minister said that the exams conducted just a month ago are an important diagnostic tool, and she cautioned that a number of schools will need targeted support. According to Parag, the ministry now has results that will guide its work.
So with the literacy assessment, as I said, this is the first year that we have conducted the literacy assessment in grades 2 and 4. And what we've seen is not as alarming as we thought it would have been. So that's a great thing. However, there are some schools that we need to work with. And what happens after this? And the whole point of having a grade 2 assessment is a diagnostic tool, right? And it's to enable us to understand what stage a child is at in terms of their reading and comprehension. And obviously, we want by grade 4 that all students would be in a position to read and comprehend what they're reading, so that it allows them to be fully literate heading over to secondary school. And of course, we will expect an increase in results because of that, because of the fact that they will be able to comprehend more of what the questions and so on are asking them. So what we plan to do after this is to categorize, but not in a way that separates students from each other, but allow the teacher to know which groups of students she or he needs to work with a bit more. So that's going to be happening in the classroom, and whether we need to give that teacher support as well in terms of additional staffing to assist with those particular students and helping to push them to where they need to be. That's the plan after this. So we've sat down, but we sat down with some preliminary results of it. We're going to have a sit down with all of the results in all of the regions, all of the schools.
Guyana is seeking to expand its bauxite sector and possibly greenlight an alumina plant to process the ore. As the country explores those plans, its High Commissioner to India, Dharam Kumar Siraj, has invited Indian companies to seriously consider investments in this sector. Siraj spoke about this recently during an interview with the New Delhi-based Strat News, a global media platform.
The one importer who is bringing bauxite to India, he needs 12,000 tons per month for his aluminum plant alone, right? And he's only able to import between 3,000 to 4,000 tons of bauxite per month. So there is huge scope for Indian companies to get involved in the mining of bauxite in Guyana, right? So because we have a supply deficit, right? This company, the principals went to Guyana, they examined, but you know, their exports in the field of processing bauxite into aluminum. They're not exports in mining. You know, and sometimes if you overextend yourself, then you can face challenges of managing your company effectively and efficiently. So whilst they want 12,000 tons of bauxite monthly from Guyana, they're only able to get 4,000 tons, and they went there to examine possibilities of getting involved in mining so that can satisfy their needs. So right now, there is the need for, on the supply side, to increase our capacity to export more bauxite.
The Attorney General is urging citizens to make submissions as the Constitution reform process moves ahead. More when the newsroom returns. Stay with us. Welcome back to the newsroom. The Constitutional Reform Commission will soon call for submissions from citizens, and Attorney General Anil Nandlal SC has urged stakeholders to share their views on which amendments are needed. Speaking during his weekly Issues in the News commentary, Nandlal said the Commission will soon invite submissions on proposed amendments and that public participation in the process is vital.
The entire Constitution will be under review. But for convenience, it has been broken down into thematic areas. And if I may share quickly some of those areas. The full protection of fundamental rights and freedoms of all Guyanese under law. The rights of indigenous people. The rights of children, elimination of discrimination in all forms, measures to ensure that the views of minorities in decision-making processes and in the conduct of government are given due consideration, implementing reforms relating to elections and elections commission, taking into consideration its composition, the method of electing its chairman and members of its jurisdiction, and its jurisdiction over national registration and electoral processes. Measures to secure and protect economic, social, and cultural rights of all Guyanese. Measures to maintain and strengthen the independence of the judiciary. Measures aimed at safeguarding public funds and maintaining and enhancing integrity in public life under the law and by other proper means. The functioning of the National Assembly and any measures which can enhance its capacity and effectiveness as a deliberative body, and the functioning of the local government system and measures to improve its capacity and effectiveness. These thematic areas are the crucial areas that you should focus on. But obviously, this list that I have just read out is not exhaustive. So you are free to make submissions on any other matter, matters that may have been excluded that are in the Constitution, or you may wish to add a matter or an issue to the Constitution that is not currently there.
Guyana's diversity must be viewed as a source of strength and not division as the country marks its 60th year of independence. That was a message from Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, who says the government remains committed to building a society where all citizens, regardless of their background or location, benefit from the nation's transformation. His comments came during the Ethnic Relations Commission National Symposium at the Arthur Chung Conference Center earlier this week.
I wish to say that President Irfan Ali's government, we in the People's Progressive Party civic government, are of the firm and unshakable view that Guyana's diversity is a source of tremendous strength for our country, and a strength that we have every intention of leveraging, of protecting, and of deploying in the collective national good. It is for this reason that President Ali has adopted as the special theme of his presidency, One Guyana, intending to highlight and to emphasize, to highlight in the first instance our oneness, and to build on this oneness and, like I said, leverage on this oneness to ensure that in this particular era in our country's development, that every single Guyanese person is able to participate in contribute to and indeed benefit from the economic transformation that is underway. We comprise an extremely remarkably diverse country. Notwithstanding these hardships and the cruelty and difficulties of the circumstances in which they arrived, all of our ancestors arrived and labored for generations, centuries, and decades. I believe that it is fair to say that they managed collectively to forge a really remarkable and diverse Guyana. And it is a diversity that we must not be shy to flaunt and to celebrate.
St. Lucia Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has officially assumed the chairmanship of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, for a 6-month term. Pierre now leads CARICOM's supreme decision-making body, which comprises the heads of government of the community's member states. In accepting the role, Pierre said he was taking on the responsibility with a commitment to serving the people of the region. The St. Lucian Prime Minister said CARICOM was founded on the belief that member states can achieve more by working together, adding that this principle remains relevant as the region faces new challenges.
CARICOM has always been built on a simple but powerful belief that our countries can achieve more together than we ever could alone. That belief remains as important today as it was at the founding of our community. Across our region, we are navigating a rapidly changing world. Our people are working hard to build better lives, our economies are adapting to new realities, and our societies continue to face challenges that require cooperation, innovation, and unity. During my tenure as chairman, my commitment is clear. CARICOM must continue to move closer to the people. It must be seen and felt not only in meetings and declarations, but also in communities, schools, businesses, homes, and in the opportunities available to every Caribbean citizen. We must strengthen our unity. The Caribbean is strongest when we work together, speak with purpose, and respect the voices and contributions of every member state. We must also continue to build a more resilient and sustainable region. This means advancing climate action, strengthening food and nutrition security, supporting economic growth, embracing digital transformation, expanding opportunities for trade and investment, and improving the movement of people, skills, services, and ideas across our community. At the heart of this work must be our people. Every Caribbean citizen, regardless of age, gender, ability, background, occupation, or circumstance, must be able to see themselves reflected in the regional agenda and feel that CARICOM is working to improve their lives, expand their opportunities, and strengthen their future. We must also work together to build a safer, more secure, and more hopeful communities. Development and security go hand in hand, and every citizen deserves the opportunity to live, work, learn, and thrive in peace and dignity.
Guyanese musician named official brand ambassador of Canadian clothing line. More when the newsroom returns. Stay with us. Welcome back, you're watching the newsroom. Guyanese recording artist Kareem Lewis, popularly known as Kush, has been named the official brand ambassador for Luxe Couture, a Canadian clothing company known for its premium apparel. Speaking during an interview, Kush emphasized the importance of individuals capitalizing on themselves as a brand, encouraging aspiring entrepreneurs and creatives to recognize the value of personal branding in building successful careers. Luxe Couture offers a range of high-quality limited edition apparel, including comfortable and durable t-shirts, as well as men's boxer briefs. As part of his new role, Kush revealed plans to collaborate with boutiques across Guyana to make the brand's products more accessible to local consumers. The partnership is expected to expand Luxe Couture's presence in the Guyanese market while giving shoppers access to its exclusive collections.
So actually, it stemmed from a budding relationship with a friend. One, I saw him wearing the brand, and he told me, yo, this is a Canadian-based brand that is, making waves, and it's going to be here soon. Company reached out to me via Instagram. We had a conversation. I received one of the products, and after I received one of them, I was impressed with the quality. I highly appreciated it, and then we got into a conversation of, hey, let's make this bigger than what it is already. So everything moved from there, and now we're in partnership. I'm currently the brand ambassador for the brand. You can see Kush everywhere wearing Luxe Couture right now. Because social media is such a vast place, everything that will be advertised, Kush will be advertising it, and it's to the world. It's not just for the Guyanese demographic, because there's a website that individuals from any part of the world could go on and they can order their Luxe Couture. What we're looking to do, we're currently speaking to a lot of stores right now to get it available at those stores. I'm trying to get it out before the week is over. That's what I'm working towards. We've already had conversations with some of the big boutiques here, and hopefully soon it's available in all the stores. But if you need the flagship designs, they're here currently. They're available in Berbice and also in Georgetown. So it's easy to just hit up the page on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or WhatsApp, get your Luxe Couture, luxury meets street. Currently, we have the jerseys available, and very soon, in probably 2 weeks or so, the boxers will be here. There's a boxer line, a luxurious boxer line coming out very, very soon. We've already done the design, and it's going to be shipped, I think, probably next week. So the availability of those boxes will be here very, very soon. For me, I know that being an artist is a brand. You have a name after the music, and it's how you evolve with that name, what you do with that name, how do you stem partnerships and elevate as it relates to not only your livelihood, but also your craft, And it makes a statement when companies partner with you. I've been doing this for about 3 to 4 years now, working with companies, developing them, help building them. I understand how to build a brand. I've built this brand, Kush, and I use that brand to also aid and assist in building other brands. So it's definitely an amazing experience, and it's the other side of artistry where I think a lot of artists don't, delve into and understand that, this is also how you benefit from your craft and from your music. At the end of the day, it's a collective effort as it relates to artistry and artists and musicians. I know majority of the times you find that the producers don't get a shine. Enough people can hear a song and don't think about who made this instrumental, who's behind the video, who's behind the post-production, these kind of things. These are the conversations. So it's all about using that brand and then building a team, working with a team and building those teams to actually develop the music in this country.
Skyport Destinations is an online travel agency helping to make travel easier, whether it's booking flights, finding the right hotels, or organizing vacation packages. The new company promises to make the travel experience hassle-free. Atisha Kendall, Skyport's public relations officer, shared more about the new venture.
able to see all your options, and you pick whichever one is convenient for your pocket. SKAR Destination is a local online travel platform. So we're basically redefining how a person would plan and book their travel. So that would be like the flights, the hotel accommodations, local tour guides, as well as curated packages. We offer the international flights, the hotel accommodations, local tour guides, and we allow clients or customers to curate their own package should they like it. We offer both inbound, so that would be inbound travel as well as outbound travels. We also offer both global and local payments, so we can pay via the Visa card, which would be the global payment, and our local payment like MMG. So on the website, you would go in and you would select which destination you're going to, the duration as to which you're doing that, and you will go through the process as filling it out. And it's very simple, it's very easy. You could call a representative, and instead of doing it online, they would just walk you through the process. So SKAR Destination is here to dominate the market and be your trusted booking agency.
When the newsroom returns, the financial, weather, and bridge report, along with sport news. Stay with us. Welcome back to the newsroom. We start tonight with some cricket news. FL Sport has indicated there are still a few spots remaining in the Lotto Let's Bet One Guyana T10 table blast that starts August 8th in Berbice. According to one of the organizers, John Ramsey, some zones are on the brink of closing and is urging interested teams to register now.
In terms of registration, Berbice zone will begin first on August 8th and 9th that weekend. 6 slots are still available. East Bank, Demerara, West Demerara will play in August 15 and 16. 3 slots out of 16 still available. Essequibo zone, August 22 and 23. 4 out of 16 slots available. The Georgetown and East Coast Demerara zone, which will be September 26 and 27, October 3 and 4, 12 out of 32 slots available. While teams have expressed their interest, not all have paid, so we find a zone, all slots are in principle taken, but not all teams have paid up to confirm their participation. At the venues, it's very important to note that in Berbice, the round of 16 and quarterfinal matches will be on Saturday the 8th at Rose Hall Estate Welfare Ground in Kanji for teams in the Lower Quarantine and the West Berbice area. At Port Morant and Albion Sports Complex for teams in the Central Quarantine area, and at the number 69 Vikings Cricket Club ground in Upper Quarantine for teams in that area. Zone semifinals and finals will be at the Albion Sports Complex, 2 p.m. start and finishing under the lights at that magnificent venue.
The grand opening of Region 2's new stadium in Anna Regina will take place on July 3rd, featuring a star-studded T20 exhibition match between teams captained by legendary West Indian batting icons Brian Lara and Shivnarine Chandrapal. The rosters include a mix of international stars, domestic talent, and returning former Guyana national players, with special appearances by President Dr. Irfan Ali and Minister Stephen Jacobs for the Lara 11 and Minister Charles Ramson Jr. for the Chandrapal 11. Alongside the cricket, the free public event will feature cultural performances, fireworks, and a military display celebrating a major government investment in the Essequibo Coast's sporting infrastructure. Gates open at 1700 hours. England narrowly avoided a major upset at the 2026 FIFA World Cup in Atlanta, coming from behind to defeat Congo and advance to the round of 16. Congo DR took an early lead in the 7th minute and nearly doubled their advantage despite several brilliant saves from Congolese goalkeeper. England's tactical substitutions eventually sparked a late England comeback. Harry Kane scored a 75th minute equalizing header before blasting home a dramatic winner, preserving England's unbeaten World Cup record against African nations and setting up a knockout clash against co-hosts Mexico. Guyana Defence Force GDF asserted absolute dominance in the senior women's 100-meter final at the National Youth, Juniors and Senior Championships, storming to a spectacular 1-2-3 podium finish at the National Track and Field Centre. Giovanna Cornett led the charge, flashing across the line in 11.91 seconds to secure the national senior title. Teammate Tonya Rollins claimed the silver medal in 12.06 seconds, and Savannah Adams completed the GDF clean sweep, clocking 12.23 seconds.
Preparation-wise, just because ending my season like a couple of weeks ago, just had to kept training and just kept training and just prepare, because it's coming home and I had to defend my title. I wasn't too pleased with the time because it was very slow. Ending my season, I ended running 11:31 and running 11:91, so not very pleased, but grateful nevertheless.
Where do you look for? I know there are a lot of major events that you're going to want to attend to coming up in this year. What are those events that you want to attend?
So coming up, July 29th, we're going to the CAC Games, which is in DR. So I just got to keep working, improving my starts and my bottom end speed. That's where I need to improve mostly in.
Onesi Dunn took victory in the men's under-20 100-meter final at the Athletics Association of Guyana, AAG, National Championships over the weekend. The running Brave Athletic Club sprinter laid down a massive marker, stopping the clock at 10:44 seconds. It was a dominant display from Dunn, who seized control of the race by the midway point and comfortably held off a strong challenge from Police Progressive's Tishon Easton, who claimed second in 10.61 seconds. Dunn's clubmate Skylar Charles completed the podium, taking third in 10.74 seconds.
Felt great, came out, executed great. Just need to put some more things together.
And yeah, you know you're planning to go to some major events this year. How do you look at this race in terms of your preparation, how you need to work on to get to those times?
Well, just go back to training, keep working hard, keep progressing, and hopefully come out victorious.
Let's tell me about some goals that you have, some major meets that you want to attend to and do well.
Well, I was hoping to go to Commonwealth Games, but unfortunately I can't because of how close Worlds is to Commonwealth. So yeah, I will be going to the Worlds U20 Games though in Eugene. I hope that I come out great, get some good timings.
The fourth season of the Lotto Let's Bet One Guyana T10 Table Blast was launched over the weekend, and it was a prelude to what should be an exciting year of the tournament that starts August 8th in Berbice. The championship at the national finals at the Anna Regina National Stadium is set to be held on October 11 with a prize of $2.5 million.
Three, two, one.
This T10 Table Blast reflects the very dreams the lottery helps to bring to life. And as we celebrate our 30th anniversary this year, it is only fitting that we continue empowering people to dream bigger and achieve more. And we are now the Lotto Let's Bet One Guyana T10 Table Blast.
This tournament is a community tournament. And we want, as far as possible, as government, support these tournaments because it's about community building. That is what we want. We want safe communities, communities that can develop, and communities of love in Guyana. And it's through sport that we see this could happen.
It started with an idea that said, dream bigger, but I knew in my heart that this was a huge tournament, huge, and it will change the landscape of the country in a very significant way because of the partnership that you have with us and all of the sponsors and also your capabilities. And you will see in the years to come how this tournament will transform into a global tournament.
And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. You can get these stories and more at newsroom.gy. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I am Rosina Yearwood. Good night.